In 1912, in a quiet town in Iowa, something happened inside a small wooden house that people still talk about today. It wasn't loud. It wasn't chaotic. It was something much quieter and much harder to understand. The house belonged to a family of 6. That night, 2 young girls were staying over. 8 people in total, all under one roof. It had been a normal evening. They had gone out earlier, spent time with neighbors, and returned home like any other night. There was no reason to feel unsafe. No reason to think someone was watching. One by one, the lights inside the house were turned off. Doors were closed, windows were shut, and eventually, everyone went to sleep. Outside, the town was quiet. The kind of quiet where even small sounds carry. The kind of quiet where footsteps should be heard. But sometime during the night, someone entered that house. No one heard the door. No one heard movement. And somehow no one woke up. The person moved slowly, carefully, taking their time. They moved through the house, room by room. And what makes this case so disturbing is not just what happened. It's what didn't happen. No one screamed. Not once. In a house full of people, not a single person made enough noise to wake the others. By morning, the house was silent, completely silent. When people eventually entered the home, something felt wrong immediately. But it wasn't just the silence. It was the way everything looked. The house didn't look chaotic. It didn't look like there had been a struggle. Nothing was overturned. Nothing was broken. It looked almost untouched. There were no signs of forced entry, no broken locks, no damaged doors. Whoever entered that house didn't force their way in, and that raises a question that no one has been able to answer. How did they get inside? Inside the rooms, the bodies had been covered, carefully. Blankets placed over them one by one, not randomly, not rushed, deliberately, as if someone had taken the time to go back after everything was already over. That detail alone changes the entire story, because it means the person responsible didn't panic. They didn't rush. They stayed. They moved through the house again, adjusted things, covered everything. They were inside that house long after it was already silent. The weapon used that night was left behind. It wasn't taken. It wasn't hidden far away. It remained inside the house. Nothing of value was stolen. No signs of robbery. Whoever did this wasn't there for money, and they weren't afraid of being caught. Because they didn't leave immediately. They stayed longer than anyone would expect. And then, at some point, they left. Walked out into the same quiet town, without being seen, without being heard. No one reported footsteps. No one reported movement. It was as if they had never been there at all. And that's what makes this case so unsettling. Not just what happened inside that house, but how easily it happened. 8 people, 1 house, and no one noticed anything. No warnings, no interruptions, just silence. To this day, no one knows exactly who did it. There were suspects, there were theories, but nothing ever led to a clear answer. No one was ever proven responsible, and no explanation has ever fully made sense. The house still stands. People visit it, walk through the same rooms, stand in the same hallway, and even now, something about it doesn't feel right. Because if you think about it long enough, you realize something even more unsettling. This didn't happen because someone broke in. It happened because no one knew they were there.